Was this worth reading? Yeah. So this is an older book. This came out a long time ago in the publishing world. It's copyrighted 2016. It is 10 years old. It is a decade ago. Is it still worth reading? So it's pretty dated. Like, it was wild to read about CreateSpace again, where it's like, oh, I remember. Because we haven't had that for a very, very long time. And, like, the Facebook marketing, Twitter, like, the world that this book was written in does not exist anymore. And that was the main reason that I picked this up. So this book is, like, only for beginner writers. Not that helpful. The only thing in here that was kind of helpful was potentially the author page that I've had requested from, like, maybe 2 people ever, but whatever. It talks about creating your author page through KDP. Is that still accurate? Don't know. We'll find out, because this is before it was bought and just all of the conglomeration of it. The tips and stuff weren't really that helpful, and to be honest, this book I really wouldn't have had much hope for if I had read this 10 years ago, because they kind of present it like you've got to have a lot of money to write a book, and you don't. You really, really don't. Where it's like, you need to have a professional editor. It's like, I mean, it's nice, but also, like, I don't. I've tried it, and to be honest, I think doing my own research in the subject, just reading an obscene amount of books in the subject that I was writing, was the thing that helped and allowed me to see how things are done. And, like, you just have to do it in a critical way of, like, you're checking what's the fonts, like, what's the typical fonts you're gonna find, you know, what's the spacing, subheadings, you know, the pacing of things, how do you present the information. I'm thinking more of my nonfiction work. But, like, you know, even now, like, I'm moving into, like, researching again for my fiction stuff, and this book doesn't have anything on that either. And it's mostly, like, it just is constantly telling you to spend money. Like, you need to go on Fiverr and find somebody to make your cover art, and it's like, or you can just go to Canva and Pixabay and, like, figure it out. It's not that hard. Like, Pixabay has a thing where you can do authentic only content, so it's not AI, and then use that and Canva to edit a cover. It's not that hard, honestly. Like, I figured it out, not that hard. And Mandy Lynn has an amazing video on how to use Canva if you haven't used it before. And I don't ever do it the way she says. I actually do the most lazy version ever. I just have, like, a fake version that's gonna be the wrong size and it's gonna reject it, and then it tells me what size I need to change it to, and then I just stretch it and make it work. It's probably not how you're supposed to do it. I don't care. I'm not a graphic designer. Like, I'm not gonna be dropping like 500 bucks on a cover either. Like, I would love to have that kind of money. I would love to have an illustrator do a cover, but, like, that takes way too much money that I don't have. And also time. You know, artists want a lot of turnaround time, and I don't. I'm trying to publish very rapidly. Like, my goal is to try and get, like, 16 books published in the next year. So, like, no. And again, not using AI, using your brain, killing your posture, breaking your spine. It's fine. It'll be worth it one day. But, like, I don't think this book is really meant for that kind of a writer. And it's mostly like, oh my god, like, let's hold your hand, let's write a book. And it's like, okay, but, like, been there, done that. And then all of the rest of the book, like, the vast majority of it is marketing that doesn't work anymore. Like, create a Facebook group. Like, nobody's on Facebook. And, like, it's just the cesspool of ads. And, like, just post on Instagram. It's like, Instagram is just a TikTok knockoff at this point. Like, it used to be something different, and now everyone has to be the same. So no, like, TikTok didn't exist at that point. I think it actually might have mentioned Vine. Like, it's dated on the marketing side of things. And some of the stuff, I'm like, God, I remember that. Like, I forgot. But, like, yeah, I don't know if it still works. I could try it maybe, but it's like, you're supposed to make your book trailer, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Like, it's been so long, but yeah, I remember I did that for my first book. I did the book trailer because everyone was doing book trailers at that time. And I remember being stoked for certain book trailers from like the Vampire Academy spin-off series by Rochelle Mead. Oh my god, I was so stoked when those would come out. And like, I don't think I've seen a book trailer in like at least 7 years. Like, it's been a really long time. And like, maybe they exist, I don't know, but like, would that be worth it? And then they're like, just go to like a market. And I'm like, no. I don't know that would be worth my while. Now listen, if we had a Pagan Pride Day still, I would actually heavily consider going and getting a vendor booth for that and figuring it out. But we don't. Utah stopped it a couple years ago, and now they just do this weird market thing where there's absolutely no parking at all. And the place they hosted at, I just personally hate the title of the company. Like the place it's at that hosts it, I hate the name of it so much, I just can't. It's called Church and State. And being a witch living in Utah, it's unnerving. And I know it's probably a pun because it is Salt Lake County, but like, I don't want to, no, I don't want to be reminded that the Mormons rule my life here. And like, also, again, parking. We used to have it at like the big city parks, so you could park your car. And like, if you want to take public transit, it's easily available too. There's always a bus stop right there. But like, having the option, and this is just like downtown and like no parking, and it's like, nah, I'm just not gonna do that. Especially if you're trying to haul vendor stuff, absolutely not, no. And it's stuff like that it's like, this isn't helpful, really. And a lot of this, I don't know that their tips really work for nonfiction authors. And even fiction, like, how am I supposed to do a book trailer for like this series I'm wanting to write next as a fiction series is a cozy fantasy. So like, I'm not a good cosplayer at all. I don't know any cosplayers that would want to do it for free because I got no money to give you. Like, there's just a lot, and it's like, eh. And so, I don't know, the only thing was like, can you still set up the author page the same way? I don't know. I haven't tried it. I could look into it, because like, they at least gave me step-by-step of what to do, and then my life just went into absolute chaos, tailspin, Twilight Zone, so one day I'll work on that. Right now I'm just trying to survive. But yeah, so I feel like this is so dated, and again, it's constantly pushing you to buy other people's stuff, buy their skill sets and things of like, get your cover designed, you know, get it professionally done very expensively, get your editing done very professionally, and your marketing, and pay these companies. And like, a lot of that, a lot of the information is pretty dated at this point and not really viable anymore. And then also the rest of it is like, have money. Prepare to dump $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 into your book. That's gonna scare away a lot of people. I don't have that kind of money. My books don't cost that much. Mine, currently, my last book cost under $20. Like, I got one set of proofs, got a hardcover, and a paperback. I always recommend you do both. And that's it. And like, I'm not gonna pay someone to do the formatting for an ebook. May the odds be in your favor if you buy my ebooks, because like, I tried. I'm not fighting it anymore. Like, it is what it is. If it sucks, buy the physical version, because I tried harder for that. But I'm not an e-reader, and I've tried, I can't. So like, that's a little bit on me. But anyways, so I was curious, and most of these books are gonna be kind of this vibe, not like a full true review, more of just like, this is what I was hoping to get out of it. Because marketing, I was hoping we'd have something. I don't really look that hard into the books I get from the library, because like, it's free, who cares. But like, I didn't realize how dated this was going to be, because like, the marketing side doesn't really apply anymore. Like, my TikTok marketing strategy, I think I figured it out. I think the Handling Curses book and Dangers in Witchcraft book shadow banned my channel, content thing, whatever, it's account. I don't know what it's called over there, but I think it got me a shadow ban, where it's not technically, you're just also living in the shadows and nobody sees your stuff. And so I don't know how long it takes to reset that, and I've tried all the things that like Reddit says to do, and it hasn't worked. So I'm just leaving that account for a while, and then I'll come back stronger than ever. Not posting things that it's mad about. God forbid you tell someone to not ingest an essential oil, or be like, hey, do you feel like you're cursed? Whether you are or not, try this. It might make you feel like you did something and it fixed stuff. Like the horrors, obviously. So yeah, I'm just, that's the sort of marketing stuff that like they don't talk about. And again, I don't love when books tell you to dump that kind of money on your, like, you can if you want to, but you don't have to. So anyways, we got some other marketing books coming up, and I'm just about done with my next book. We'll talk about that soon, but thank you for coming along, for talking about the world of writing, being a writer, and until next time, thank you for coming along, and I'll see y'all soon.